Good afternoon, S&B. Today we're going to talk to you about using tool lanyards while working at elevated heights. Anytime you're working from a scaffold or somewhere high up in the sky and you have the potential of dropping something on somebody, being a tool that you might be using, we need to make sure that we have it tethered back off to us. I'm sitting here with Pamela Pena, and Pamela, she's got a tool tether. Pamela, why do you tether off your tools?
I like using the bungee cord because if it should accidentally fall, it doesn't hit the ground, and because it's tied off to me.
Good deal. Well, you heard it from Pamela. Just be sure that you have all your tools tethered off to you and any type of material stored in a canvas bag while working at elevated heights. Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, it's very important to utilize tool lanyards when working at elevated heights, because using tool lanyards, if you were to accidentally drop your hand tool, you would not hit anybody if the hand tool was to fall because it's tethered off to you. You notice here behind me, we have a couple scaffold builders. He's got tool tethers on his ratchet and also his hammer and every other hand tool he's got from working at this elevated height. Alright guys, right here, north side of 602 rack, we got an electrician working overhead. Look what the electrician has on him. He's got a screwdriver, and attached to the screwdriver is what? A tool lanyard. That's what we want you guys to use anytime you're working at an elevated height. Guys, anytime that we're working overhead, we need to make sure we have our tool lanyards in place, and we need to make sure we have any of our loose articles secure so that nothing has the high potential of falling. Also, we need to make sure we have a barricade in place. If we're working overhead, we need to have a barricade below us to keep non-essential people from walking within our work area. So if we were to have something fall, they wouldn't be affected. Guys, if you see anybody working out here at an elevated height that do not have tool tethers on any tools, or they do not have any of their loose material or items secure, make sure that you intervene with them. Just bring it up to them. Just say, hey man, store your stuff the way it's supposed to be. Make sure you got your tool tethers. If you don't have tool tethers, get up with your supervisor or go to the tool room and get them. Everybody has a stop card out here. You don't necessarily need one just to stop a job. Just intervene with somebody. Do it because you want to make sure that nothing happens. When you're working from an elevated height, let's make sure we have things in place. If we're going to be working from a scaffold and we're going to have a lot of loose material with us, before we even go up on the scaffold, let's make sure we have a canvas bag to store our loose items in. When we're working with larger tools like pipe wrenches, for an example, we cannot tether those off to ourselves. So if we're working from a scissor lift or from a scaffold and we're using a larger tool like a pipe wrench, we can use rope as a tether. We'll have the rope attached to the eyelet on the handle of the tool, and we'll have the other end attached to something stationary like a top rail of a scissor lift or a scaffold component.
All right, fellas, we've had a couple of incidents that resulted from improper knot tying. They tie a double knot on something and expect it to hold, and well, double knots aren't very good. What I'm going to show you is how to tie a bowline. A bowline is a good knot. If it's tied properly, it will not slip. So I'm going to demonstrate that for you, and it goes something like this. Okay, you take your rope just like so, and you want to twist it. Create a little loop right there. You take this end and you run it through whatever you're wanting to tie it to. You run it through there, put it back up through the hole just like so. Underneath this other end, back through the hole, then you pull, you've got a bowline. Now this knot will not slip. You put a lot of tension on this knot, it doesn't matter what you do, it's not going to slip. And also, another plus with this knot, it doesn't matter how much tension you put on it, all you got to do is flip it over, push this down, and it's going to come right out. It's not going to be one of the knots you got to fight to take the knot out if you want to be done with it. Okay, we're going to take this rope like so. I'm going to twist this hand this way, and I'm going to twist this hand this way, and I'm going to create a little loop. Now that we got our loop, we're going to put this around our material we're wanting to secure, whether it's a bag or whatnot. Come up through the loop, under this rope, and then back through the loop, and then we're going to grab these two pieces right here, secure the knot. Now we got a loop and a knot that will not slip. This is 10 times better than a double knot. But like I said, all you have to do is flip it over, pull this down, and your knot comes right out. Easy to learn, easy to tie, and it's a very good knot.
Well, we appreciate it. Thanks for paying attention. Just remember, if you see someone working at an elevated height that does not have a tool tether on any of their tools, or you see something that has the potential to fall that's not secured, intervene. Get it corrected so that we have no reoccurrence of fallen material.